Egypt is one of the oldest countries in the world. It goes back at least 40,000 BC. The pharaohs were the first people that ruled Egypt. They've been over 40,000 BC and they've built the pyramids of Giza, which are still standing in Cairo today. Egypt was a dynasty that was ruled by the pharaohs, then a kingdom ruled by a king. Egypt had 6 presidents. These presidents are Mohammed Naguib, Gamal Abdel Nasser, Anwar Sadat, Hosni Mubarak, Mohamed Morsi, and Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Mubarak was a corrupt leader because he did not do anything the people wanted. Jobs. People did not have jobs. Food or money. They did not have money to feed themselves. There were so many different reasons why people would want to revolt against Hosni Mubarak. The first reason is inflation. Second would be food pricing going higher because people are too poor to afford food. Third would be lack of health service. Over 40% of the Egyptian people were living under the international poverty line. People said that Mubarak and his family had stolen about 40 billion to 70 billion dollars off Egyptian people. There were many different groups involved in the Egyptian Revolution. These groups were the Muslim Brotherhood, Egyptian feminists, the liberals, and nationalists. One of the Muslim Brotherhood's goals is to establish a global caliphate governed by a strict interception of Sharia. The Muslim Brotherhood saw a chance to take over Egypt and share the Islamic ideology and make people turn into Muslims. That was after Hosni Mubarak, and then came Mohamed Morsi. The Muslim Brotherhood during the revolution, they were the largest opposition party during the revolution as well. The Muslim Brotherhood did not want to participate in the Day of Rage because they didn't want attention. However, they participated on the 28th. The feminists really didn't have that big of a role during the revolution because they were helping the liberals achieve their goal, which was to take down Hosni Mubarak and have a democratic election. The liberals, or can also be called the Twitter revolution, the youth of the nation was exposed to what a good democratic government was using Twitter. Many people went on Twitter and they made them head to the streets and revolt against the government. Nationalism brought Christians and Muslims together because they were both fighting for the same cause in 2011. Again, after the Muslim Brotherhood had power in June, people stood together and they took them down. Most of the people achieved their goals actually because the main goal was to take down Hosni Mubarak. Even if what? The Muslim Brotherhood wanted a different goal, however, the main goal was to take down Hosni Mubarak. So were the other people. However, when the Muslim Brotherhood took them down, they had a person elected to be the president. His name was Mohamed Morsi. Mohamed Morsi was a very corrupt president and was taken down by the army after 8 months of his presidency. My main argument is that Hosni Mubarak's corruption was the main cause of the Egyptian revolution. I believe that his corruption was the main cause because he was a president for 30 years and he did not help the people. Other reasons why: he never communicated with the people, so no one really knew anything about him as a leader. He did not allow any fair elections, even though he called it a democracy. It was clearly a dictatorship. Over 40% of the population lived under the poverty line. The emergency law. It gave power to the police to storm the rights and freedom of the Egyptian people. He held over 40 billion US dollars instead of giving it to the poor. The counter argument would be the high rate of unemployment. Because during 2011 it rose from 9% to 12.4% in 1 year. Around 77% of those unemployed are 15 to 29. This is the average working age. The international community responded in many different ways because each country reacted in a very different way. Some governments issued travel advisories and evacuated their people from the country. Social media played a big part in the revolution because it captured worldwide attention, making some countries experience their own protest in support of the Egyptian revolution. We can compare the Egyptian Revolution and the French Revolution because they both happened because of the rulers' corruption. During the French Revolution, people were suffering because of Louis' corruption. Enlightenment ideas made them think in a logical way rather than just following what they were told. It made them think about how they could fix their society. Jean-Jacques Rousseau inspired the French Revolution because he believed that people should give some of their rights and get back equality and freedom. However, in France, only 3% of the population had their freedom and equality. 97 had to pay taxes and were not equal. The French people were not equal at all, so they revolted. The Egyptian Revolution may have been influenced by the same idea, and also by Locke's ideas, because he believed that governments were created to protect the citizens, and if they failed, the people should revolt against them. As I said before, my main argument is that Hosni Mubarak's corruption was the main cause of the revolution because he was in power for 30 years and he did not help people, never communicated with people, so no one knew anything. He didn't allow fair elections, even though he called it a democracy, and so on and so forth, like I said before. My counter-argument would be high rate of unemployment, because during 2011, it went 3.4% in just 1 year, and 77% of the population that are unemployed are 15 to 29 years old, which is the average age of working people.